Hello and welcome. I hope you're all doing well. This week we're going to be doing another bike video. Yeah. So, as you know, when we moved house, the bikes got abandoned underneath the tarpaulin. Norco got ruined. I wouldn't say ruined, but I've had to rebuild the Norco as such, recommission it. The same has happened to Lydia's Voodoo. I can't remember what it's called now. A Voodoo Hoodoo. So Lydia had a Voodoo Hoodoo. I've already done some of it, but the but the derailleur system seemed to be locked up. So I'm going to completely take it off. I've taken derailleurs off before and put them back on, but I'm going to try and rebuild this derailleur, and I'm going to take you along with me. So I've never rebuilt a derailleur before. It might even just need a good old grease up, but I'll take some bits and bobs off. We'll have a little look at it, see what needs doing, see what we can do, see if we can bring it back to life, save me having to buy a new one, so Lydia can get out on her bike with Indy, because we're going to get on these little bike seats soon, hopefully at some point, so we can take Indy out on little bike rides with us around the local area, maybe the kids with us as well, but if it ever all, well, when we're all are together. So yeah, yeah, this could be fun. So I'm going to take you along. I'm going to show you how to remove it. Remove the back wheel. I'm not going to use a bike stand either, because I know some people don't have a bike stand. So I'm going to show you how to. Well, everyone knows how to tip a bike upside down. I'm going to show you how to do it without a bike stand. I know it's going to be something. Oh, don't be doing that. Just leave it stand down. Oh, don't do this. Don't do that. This is how I used to do it as a child, as a kid. My BMXs back in the 80s and 90s, or my other bikes back in the 80s and 90s, even my racer back in the 90s. When I had that, fell off that hurt. So yeah, I fell off my BMX that even more, because I hit a parked car. So yeah, let's go through it together, see what we come up with, because I think it's going to need a little bit of work. Anyway, see you in a second. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get, yeah, there's an old towel. Where's an old towel? Get the bike, flip upside down. As we just said, I'm just throwing a piece of material on the floor. So if you're outside doing this in the ground, in the concrete, put a towel down, and it should protect it. It should protect the seat, because we've got a nice new seat on that as well. So let's take you over to the derailleur. There we go. Wheel's out. That was a bit of an arse. Much easier with two hands out than one. So we've got a spindle on here, not a straight through bolt. It's quite an old mountain bike, but it was Lydia's first proper mountain bike. She bought it before we even mentioned to people about us dating, and we yes, we went out for a couple of rides together, and I built this up for her, and it's done extremely well. Yeah, it does the job, but it's still fucked around here. So I'm going to show you some little hints and tips. Well, even that's a bit frayed. That's been caught up. Yeah, let's get this bad boy off, shall we? And rebuild this rear derailleur. So here we go. Let's get this rear derailleur off. First, we're going to need some Allen keys, or maybe even some hex keys. Is that the first one yet? Cable off. Loosened up. I suppose I should really have told you to adjust that to the slackest setting on the cable as well. There we go. Will it pop out? No. So what I'll do, I'll get some clips onto that. Should have told you to get some clips as well, shouldn't I? Idiot Adrian. If you're wondering as well, later on in the video, if you see me wearing different clothing, it's not a different day or anything like that. It's just so hot. I was wearing my decent new clothes, which I got for my birthday and Father's Day as well. I didn't want to ruin those. It's my retro MTV t-shirt, which Lydia got me, which is really cool. And my Vans t-shirt as well, which again, I love. Come here. These snips are about as useful as chocolate fire guard. There we go. I think I might need some more snips. If anyone wants to send me some more snips, there we go. That's going to be a bit of a pickle, isn't it? That's that off. Can leave the hanger on now. So we're literally just doing the derailleur. And we dig it on. That's why we should take the chain off first. I'm having a funny 5 minutes. It's been a little while. Not been well recently, so my head's not with it anyway. So I apologise, everyone. Da da da. That's fine. God, I'm going to look like such an idiot now, aren't I? Maybe I could rename this video Idiot Repairs Bike. There's a link. There it is. Cool, this is dry. This is drier than the nun's chuff, this. Oh, blimey. There we go. So again, people say, oh, you got me plenty of links every time you use them. These ones with a bit of money and all that. I haven't got that money. And yes, links are 2 a penny. This bike's probably barely done 100 miles since I rebuilt it. Last time this bike was actually used properly was at Sherwood Forest or Sherwood Pines last January when me and Lydia went away. As the last time this bike was actually used. There we go. Chain is off. Derailer is off. Oh gosh. Oh my giddy aunt. Derailer is off. Let's go and sort it out, shall we, and strip it down and see what's going on, because that's solid. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's solid. Let's see it on the workbench. So, there we go. One derailer, which is a bit stiff. Yeah, most definitely a bit stiff. Links, chain, and a bit that bolts onto the hanger. So what we're going to do, going to get a pot, degreaser, and a pot. You may have seen before that I like to try and save my degreaser. It's quite expensive. I'm sure no one wants to just throw it away just like that. Links in there, chain in there. That can go into soak for a little while. Now let's get onto this bit, shall we? Because this bit looks like it's going to be a bit of fun. So, like I said, I've never done this before. So you'll probably see me fuck it up. But we'll have a look, shall we? Let's have a look, see what the clutch is like. So this is a Shimano Dior. Don't know exactly what model it is. I'm going to do it slowly and gently. Because there's probably some springs in here of some sort. And I don't want those to go flying around everywhere. In fact, what I should do really, before I do that, is I'm going to pop these off to soak as well. Alright, these have taken off before. There's one side, well, one end, 2 ends. Let's hold those up together because they're different. So that is the bottom one, that is the top one. Alright, near the derailleur, furthest away from the derailleur when the chain is on. So pop those into the degreaser again, along with that, and the screws. Oh, and that, might as well pop that in as well, haven't we? There's a bearing for the bottom one. Give that all a little shake around so it all just sort of sit down the bottom. There we go, done. Now let's get on with this bit, shall we? Won't make any adjustments to those because I don't really need to, but I am going to get some degreaser first. This is the stuff I like to use, GT85 or WD-40 is a good one. Give it all a little lube up. I'll probably ruin it, but we shall see. As you can see already, it seems to be. Well, tell a lie, because that bit's not. Let's pop that bit off, shall we? Wrong one. As I said, be careful in case there's springs in here, which there probably is, and you're probably going to watch me bugger it up. So I probably will have to go and buy a new derailer, and I probably won't even pop this video up. Let's check you are recording actually. Yes. 3 screws. This should be the front of the clutch housing. That's a bit easier. There we go. There we go. That's a bit easier. So what we can do whilst we're here, clean it all up, make it look pretty. Make sure there's no crap in there. No, good. Happy days. Clutch is all okay. Bit of penetrating down there. Just trap my finger. Happy days. Look at that. All freed up now. Get some blue roll, clean it all off. As I said, leave the old chain in overnight. And you have bits and bobs, let them grease off a bit. Get the old grease off them. And we can re-lube them up so they all look fine and dandy. And they go back on the bike. There we go, look at that. It's like bloody new. Well, not quite, but you know what I mean. Da da da. One. That's where I find out it's the actual case that's causing it to do that, won't it? You watch. 1. 3 pinched up. There we go. Give it another little tweak. To be on the safe side. Not get that line nice and flat. So no crap can get in there then. Done. Look at that. That's better. Happy days. So what I'm going to do, the brush from the greasing pot, just run around like that. Clean it up, make it look pretty again. There we go. Gonna let that soak for a couple of hours and I'll be back in a second. So here we are, a few hours later. It's all dried off nearly. Quick rub over. Happy days. So gonna lube it up now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get my wet oil, muck off wet oil. And so I'm gonna place it in there. I'm gonna place it on the spring, inside the spring, on the joints. All the joints possible. And give it a good workout. Get it in there. Gonna put it on display there. Look at that. Look, muck off. Muck off want to send me some free stuff. I don't mind. There we go. Oh wow, much better. That is that. Now lubed up and freed up. I'm quite happy with that. I'm probably going to leave all the juices on there and all that. So that is a wet lube. You can get the dry lube as well. I've got the dry lube here, but I thought I'd do that, do the old wet lube. Look at that, look. I don't know if you can hear it. Freed right up, bruv. Clutch on. jammed solid, clutch off, that's better. There we go. Give my fingers a wipe. Then we'll move on to the chain. Let that dry off. Done. Like I said, I'm going to leave the chain in though, because the chain is rotten, so not rusty rotten, but just rotten full stop. Let those dry off. Let the chain soak even more. Let that soak overnight. And pop these to one side, right in front of you. Bosh, done. Gonna let those dry off for a bit, give them a clean up, then we'll come back later on to them. We'll rebuild the whole derailleur. It's all dried off now. Let's give it a little bit of a lube up, bit of a grease. Didn't get the grease out before I did. Bit of grease. Let's get it all back together. Bit there. Oh, bit of grease out. So remember these, this one, they're different. Furthest away from the derailleur, closest to the derailleur. Don't know what they're like on other ones, but on this one they're different. So you just try and make a mental note of things. So when it goes back together, it goes back together correctly, and you don't have to strip it apart again like I've had to do many a times. That one now. Do a little bit of grease in there. Voila, done. That's one side. Just so on this side and on there. Done. Simple as that. Fingers are white. Now, also got to try and remember put that on correctly. I've done this many a times wrong. So like that. There we go. That bit will go at the bottom, so the chain can't flick off. Top one. So what I'll do a top one in. This one goes from the other side, doesn't it? That's those done up. Well, sort of. I'll fast forward this bit now. That's better, there we go. Obviously these could probably do a replacing, but again, doesn't matter too much. It's a girlfriend's bike, she doesn't really into going off-road and stuff, but look at that, much easier now. Not locked up. Clean the chain up, put it all back together, and away we go. So here we go. Let's put this back together. A tiny dab of grease on there. Get your Allen key. Make sure it's the right size. Yeah. In we go. That in now. Feed the cable up through there. There we go. That through there. Cable back onto that clip, which I'll bring you around here for. Dog's trying to join in. I apologise for that. I had to get some light on the subject because I couldn't see. So, up through there. Like that. That's better. I can bloody see now. Like that. Cable's a bit short, but still plenty of room on there, hopefully. Might have to get a pair of pliers to pull that cable up tight. Just pinch that up, put it tight. I'm just using the weight of the bike to pull the cable tight. The derailleur will need retightening or realigning with these two bolts afterwards. So I've got some frayed ends there, but you can get the caps, which I've got for different colours, on good old Fleabay. And I'll show you how I crimp them up. Electrical crimps. He dropped them all there. Caps. I'm going to choose purple. Purple on. Go for the smallest one on the crimps. Don't go for the very end, very front, because that's a cutter. And done. Tidy. Sorted. Derailer is on. It moves about now. Much easier than what it did. Make sure that goes down in the pads. Bish bash bosh. Done. So there we go. Made a few mistakes on the way. Whoops. New cap on. Can you see it? There we go. New cap on. Chain is re-oiled. It's all on there. It changes gear lovely. Luckily I didn't have to realign the derailleur. Got it all spot on the first time. So yes. Quite chuffed with that. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, baby. All changes gear lovely. Happy days. One rear derailleur on Lydia's bike now fixed. I'm going to turn you around to face me, unfortunately, and we'll have a little chat. So there we go. Lydia's bike, as you can see right behind me, is all done. It's all packed up, ready to be put away with all the other bikes. I'll give you a bike tour one day. Hope that sounds okay. Obviously, you might be thinking, why has he had another change of clothes? Because it's the day after. It's chucking it down outside. It's ridiculous now. Yesterday I was sweating my tits off. Today, I get them wetter than a pair of sweaty tits. Makes no sense, does it really? But hey, you know, I'm going to stop jabbering on. So, derailleur all fixed. Going to get this bike back into order now, even though I don't think Lydia's going to be riding it anytime soon. But still, at least it's all done. Gives me some content for the channel to do. So what I'll be doing in the whole description of this thing, I'll be putting links below to some of the items I use on my bikes and what bikes I've been using and blah blah blah. So I'll be adding all the links to the websites below. So if any of those companies want to get in touch with me, not pointing to that, but look in the description. Alright, so that is the plan. My word of advice, don't leave bikes outside. Get them covered properly. Don't just put a tarpaulin over and leave them for months on end. Look after them. A freaking twat. I nearly ruined that, so it's got to give it a good once over, good clean up, and it should be ready to rock and roll then. I might even use it myself for some rides around town, rides around Margate. So I'll be using my Norco, though I will be taking Norco out for a little urban ride soon. Once I pluck up the courage, I need to lose some weight, put some weight on. It's not good. So yes, anyway, word of advice, don't leave your bike outside. Hope you found this video helpful. If not, I hope you've enjoyed the laugh and the giggle. Remember to like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you all next week. Adios amigos, buenos noches. Always wear a helmet.
Thank you. Next.